Like in a sense it is because they dedicate their life to this. Maybe it is fair. But like in the regard of like, hey, like everyone's excited for the game. Maybe like everyone should be allowed to play it at the same time. Maybe that's not fair. I'm interested to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Me and Anonymous touched on this, and we were talking about, is it okay for larger streamers to get access to the game beforehand? So a game like Valorant, this was touched on in the Offline TV podcast as well right here. It's a pretty long podcast. It's like an hour and 20 minutes long. If you are interested in it, I can link it in the chat. I'll probably post it in like the YouTube video too. Super cool. TSM Myth came on to talk to Pokimane, Scara, and Disguised Toast. And they basically just talked about Valorant for like the first like 30 minutes or something, because that's what Myth is excited for. That's what a lot of these people were invited to. They were invited to the streamer event. And me and Anonymous kind of touched on the fact that for competitive games like this, is it fair for these players to be getting access to the game early? For somebody to like Myth to go into the game and be able to play the game for like maybe even a week to like a month, that's going to give him a competitive advantage over other people. He's going to understand the game. He'll probably understand the meta a little bit better. So it's very, it would be very difficult to make an argument that he wouldn't be better at the game afterwards. But does that really matter? I don't know. So I'm a casual player, right? Myth is bad. I don't know if you could say that he's bad. I would say that he's probably not pro level. He's more of an influencer, it seems like. But to say that he's bad sounds aggressive. To play at pro level, what it's going to take for a lot of these people is once they get into the game, they're actually able to play it. I don't think that most of these influencers getting into the game are trying to go pro, right? Like you get your XQCs and you get your myths and stuff like that. I think they're always striving to be like influencers. I don't think they're trying to be pro players. But these pro players, once they finally get into the game, they'll catch up very quickly. That's kind of always been my argument. When you start playing a game and people are better than you, you instantly become, or not instantly, but you will over time become better. That's why it's best if you're trying to get good at a game. It's better to queue with people who are better than you. If you ever heard the quote, if you were the smartest person in the room, then you were in the wrong room. It's sort of that mentality where it's like, there's so much to be learned from these players being better than you. So even if they do get into the game earlier, and even if they do improve more quickly in that regard, being able to watch these people and pick up on the things that they're doing will easily make one of these players, if they really are a better player, catch up very quickly. It's just like if people started playing League in Season 4, they're obviously not going to start at the same place that somebody who started playing League in Season 1 did. In Season 1 League, people were terrible at the game. But then Season 4 League came around, and it's like, oh man, we're actually like half decent at the game. It's not like starting over from square one. That's kind of my problem with it. In the regards of like if it's fair if influencers get access to the game before, I think it absolutely is. These influencers, and they mentioned this in the podcast as well, these influencers getting access to the game is going to boost the hype with the game, which will in turn make the game better for the community. So if you're a person looking forward to the game or looking forward to Valorant, maybe it isn't fair that these people get to play the game earlier than you. Maybe in like the regards of we're all people, it's not fair. But these people literally dedicate their life to creating content for these games. The fact that they get to play the game earlier probably makes a little bit of sense. You know, they're trying to build hype around the game. The developers are giving them a little bit of a leg up. This is literally their job. It's just like, yeah, if you're working at Amazon and Amazon's releasing a new product, maybe you would be one of the first people to test it because you work at Amazon. It would make sense, you know? Season 1 Ashe mid. Yeah, stuff like that. You used to play 80 carries in mid lane. And then people are worried about like competitive players getting a leg up. This happens with every game, right? Think about what games have really blown up too because of the influencers playing them. Them inviting these influencers to play the game early is like massive for the game. Look at a game like Apex. Apex probably wouldn't be a thing if it weren't for all the influencers who hopped onto it. Respawn would have released it and would have been like, okay, this is another battle royale, but I don't know if it would have been as hype. Games like Fortnite. Fortnite blew up because of the influencers and because like people like Drake hopping onto the game to play it, right? They didn't pay these people to do it, but it blew up for this reason. Games like Tarkov, for example. Tarkov isn't new, dude. Tarkov has been around for years, and then just recently it blew up because like all these influencers hopped on for the drops and everything. Like this is absolutely massive for the game. I don't care that much about playing as long as I get to watch it and absorb the information, dude. Everyone just wants more info. We just want more info. We want to see the game. We want to see people playing it and stuff, dude. We're excited. That's what people are saying. Would it be better for them to take advantage of this opportunity to release the game? I don't really know. Because the problem is people are saying that it'll be better for them to take advantage of this opportunity. People don't have money right now, dude. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Like the economy is very like down. I don't know if it's the best idea. If they're looking to make money, they probably want to release the game when people have money, right? When they have money to spend. I know it's a free-to-play game, but nobody has money to spend on the game right now. Nobody has money to buy skins and stuff. Maybe it's not the best idea to release it. even if a meta shows up, early metas are just always taken over by other metas, then they counter them. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time before people like really figure out what's good. It's gonna be like week after week. Like one gun will be really strong, or one character will be really strong, and then the next week people are gonna actually learn how to play Viper, and Viper's gonna be really strong and stuff like that. You know. Luckily, it's free to play, and they'll spend later when they are hooked. I don't know. From a business perspective, I don't know if it's 100% right. No, I think it's is it fair that large streamers get to play the game before you? Like in a sense it is, because they dedicate their life to this. Maybe it is fair, but like in the regard of like, hey, like everyone's excited for the game. Maybe like everyone should be allowed to play it at the same time. Maybe that's not fair. But are you going to be laid down because like competitively because of this? I wouldn't say so. I think that it's so early on in the game. People are so worried about like the crucial like first couple of weeks when the game is released. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. I think down the line, this is my mentality with content creation, right? A lot of people are going to be creating content when the game is first released. When the game is first released, everyone's going to hop onto the hype like within the first couple weeks. But as it goes on, most people don't have the drive to create content full time. Most people don't. The larger streamers do. Obviously, they're going to be streaming the game and stuff. But like most people who are creating YouTube videos or trying to get into the scene early on aren't going to be creating YouTube videos like for a long period of time. They'll do it for maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, but they won't be doing it for years. Like, I almost guarantee it. Even the game is even around for years. That's why I'm like pretty confident. As long as I stay consistent, I stay doing what I'm doing, I think I'm going to be okay in that regard in YouTube. If you know servers are going to be limited for initial closed beta, of course it makes sense to allow people to spread the game the most. Yeah, and they want the launch to look good too. When they release this game, they don't want it to be unplayable. They want people to have a very good first perspective of the game. So being able to watch streamers play the game and have it be clean, I think will be pretty good. Maybe it matters, or maybe not. Maybe it doesn't matter. You can't do anything about it. Just focus on what you can control. That's my opinion. I 100% agree with that. I think a lot of people worry about things that is out of their control. Like whether it's fair or not, it's what's probably going to happen, right? Because they're doing the closed beta. We know about that. King, did you see the Polish stream that has a countdown? No, is that on a Valorant? Let me look. Is this the one right here? Or is this the one? Why is that guy playing Rocket League in the Valorant section? The countdown. How does he know? This is a 24-hour countdown right here. 26 hours. So he's saying that on the 18th, it's gonna have something. It's been like that for 200 hours. For 200 hours, it's been going. How do we? I wonder if there's a reason that he would know anything. Yeah. What is it counting down to? That's interesting. I think it's hilarious that nobody's watching this too. This is Valorant PL for like Poland. So this is the Valorant Poland account or Polish account. I feel like it would be shut down if it's been counting down for 200 hours if it wasn't an official account, right? What does this translate to? Does this link to their like page? That links to Valorant Poland. 380 members, and then translate. The best Polish community with the fastest information and tips about Valorant. Welcome. Interesting. March 18th is TFT Galaxies release. I don't know if it's gonna come out on the same day as TFT Galaxies. I don't think that's likely. But I guess it's possible. I don't think it's likely that they just completely overshadow it though. So what is the countdown for then? Do we know? What are you gonna do if Valorant fails? Keep doing what I'm doing. I'm like, for the record, I'm not really like a success or anything. Like I'm not like all in on Valorant. I'm just excited for the game, so that's why I started talking about it. Like I've kind of gotten a little bit more into it because I like creating content for it. Like I don't know. I'm just gonna keep making videos. I'm gonna keep living my life, right? I go back to creating videos for nobody. When I used to create my YouTube videos, right? I used to do these like Twitch tip stuff, and it's just like I don't know. I did them for a while, like nobody really watched them, which is like okay. I don't really care. I just talked about like feeling good about your stream and stuff like that, and like why I'm like pretty confident in the content create. I just like to create content. That's what I do. I just enjoy it. And like if Valorant fails, I'll move on to something else. You know, it's no big deal to me. You know how bad the game would have to be to fail? I think it's probably gonna do good. I know it just seems like you're posting exclusively Valorant stuff. I just switched to Valorant stuff because it's doing a lot better on my channel. Like I've always had the dream of like creating content full time, and like whether you like it or not, you don't create content full time to 20 viewers, right? So Valorant's a game I was excited for, and it's a game that kind of fit my my skills, and so I just like started covering it and stuff, and it's something that I enjoy, so that particularly helps. But yeah, like if it ends up failing, I move on to like whatever next thing I think I could pursue and like be successful in. Riot is the gaming definition of too big to fail. Yeah, they could just they'll publish like literally CS:GO. They just release CS:GO again. If Valorant is even as close to as good as CSGO, will be the biggest FPS in the world. To be honest, I feel like you're a cool guy who I think has a really good chance to get big. I appreciate it. I don't like. So a lot of people keep telling me they're like, "Oh, dude, when Valorant launches, you're gonna be massive. Like your YouTube channel is gonna blow up." I think that sounds too easy. I think that me creating content like every day for 2 months. There are people who have been doing this for years, right? They've been doing this for literally years. I've been doing this every day for like 2 months. I mean, I've been creating content for years, but like I haven't been doing it every single day, and I haven't been covering Valorant for every single day for like years. So I think that there are people who have been doing things for years, and they're still as small as they might be. I don't think that makes me special for doing this for a couple months and like would make my channel blow up. I think I'll get a little bit more viewers, but I don't think it's gonna be like crazy. I'm open to it though. Like we'll see for sure. You play Overwatch? I think we have a lot of Overwatch players in the community. If you guys aren't part of the Discord, by the way, I think that the Discord link was just posted by Stream Elements. You should definitely join, dude. Our Discord has actually been growing a lot, and it's been really cool to see all the people chatting in there. Like we're just having people use the voice channels and stuff, and like I see them in there. I try to hop in whenever I can. Me and Waffles use them sometimes, but like I try to hang in the voice channels whenever I have time. It's hard when I'm editing videos. I can't really hang out in my voice chats while I'm editing videos anymore. It really throws me off, but